One. All right, tonight's call is going to be about how to run a challenge group, the importance of trainings, success partner uses, and vital behaviors. So first things up, we're going to talk about just the really simple steps on how to run a challenge group. First thing is that we already posted the template that we're talking about tonight in the Bombshell Empire page. So everything that we're talking about is already written for you. We're just kind of going to spell it out for you guys now. So step one is going to be to sign up for Postcron. Once you have it, and I mean, Marissa and I started without it and now we have it, so we know how big of a difference it can make. It's super important. We're going to ask you guys schedule at least a week ahead of time. You get 15 pre-scheduled posts, so you could do 2 weeks, actually more than that for you guys because you guys are doing every other. So you could almost do the full challenge, right?
Yeah, if you're not doing a secondary, like a free challenge at the same time or something other than that, because it's really 15 total, not 15 per page that you're posting.
If you guys are just doing the October 5th group, then technically you could do the entire group just about pre-scheduled and ready to go. If you're doing another group, like Marissa and I are doing multiple at once, we can't do that. But for free, it's super awesome. So schedule at least a week, but if you can, get them all scheduled as much as possible. The next thing you're going to do is create the actual group on Facebook. You're going to add your success partner immediately and make them an admin. You're going to make sure that it's a closed group, and you're going to add the description and banner photo. For the banner photo specifically, there's no real secret to how we've been doing it. We just look up something that kind of goes with our theme. Like this time was fall stuff. So we literally just sat there together and looked up something that looked kind of like fall that would look good with words on it, and then I went in on my MacBook and added words, and that was literally the entire secret magic of it. Just make sure that you're Googling Facebook banners, otherwise it won't be the right sizing. So make sure that when you're Googling pictures, Facebook banners. So get that all added, and then add all your pregame material. We have all of that loaded already, Marissa? So we have all that loaded already, so all you have to do is load all those things into the group. Another way that you can do it besides going into Bombshell Empire, if it's easier for you, you could actually go into the group that everyone is currently in anyways, the Sweaty September, and copy and paste everything from there, whichever method works easier for you guys. So get all of that stuff into it first, and then about 5 days before the group opens, you're going to start adding your challengers as they are ready to be added. You're doing it early. I mentioned this before because you want them to have time to get any equipment that they need, so they can get grocery shopping, so they can get meal plans, so they can ask questions. You're just making sure that they have enough time to really prep for the next 3 weeks. After that, you're going to start pulling links out of our challenge group and put them in your Asana. We are not going to load every single post for you guys because we didn't have that. No one gave that to us. We just went through the last challenge group that we were in through Kelsey and pulled those posts and posted them ourselves and then started adding them to our Asana. It would take us a really long time to add every single one. So just do it the same way we did it. It wasn't hard. You can just look it up in the current Sweaty September, copy, paste. The links for the videos are in there. Everything that you need is in there already. So that would be your next thing. And like I said, save them as you're copy and pasting them. So that way next time you have them saved into something already. It doesn't have to be Asana. You can use Evernote. You can put them just on a file on your computer. Whatever you're using to organize, save them to that. After that, during your office hours every day, this is a pretty obvious one, that's when you're going to start responding to everyone's posts and encouraging them. Every single post both coaches respond to. You're making sure that you're not singling, oh, that person is your person, so I don't need to respond to them. You are both coaches together. You're marketing this like, hey, you're getting 2 free coaches, so be 2 free coaches for every single person. Provide to them the unique benefits that you provide as a coach. You guys each have unique styles, unique things that that other people don't know. You have different journeys, and that goes for any coach pairing. No coaches are the same kind of people, so offer those unique point of views, perspectives as you guys can. If you see a challenger who hasn't posted for more than a day, so if they've skipped an entire day and on that next day you see that they're still not being active, message them. Privately message them and just check in with them. Just say, hey, I noticed you haven't posted in a couple days. Is there anything I can help you with? Like, how are things going? Check on them because they'll appreciate that you noticed that they weren't being active. And maybe it's something, they weren't comfortable with something or they need help with something and they're too embarrassed to ask. It just kind of prevents problems from the future, as well as making a bigger connection with that challenger specifically. At the end of every week, you're going to make sure that you get your weekly points and measurements. Hopefully, especially for girls that have been in the group more than once, they'll know to send that to you on their own, but not everyone will, and that's fine. So it's up to you to then start making sure that you get that. Check it off your list, save them somewhere so you have that all secured somewhere. When you think it's appropriate, when you see just a rock star coach, I would say at least give them that first week. But when you think it's appropriate, bring up the coaching opportunity to them in a private message, never publicly unless there's a what is coaching call or something like that you're just promoting in general. But if you're going to talk about coaching, make sure you bring it to a private message, to an email, to a text message, whatever you have available to get a hold of them, and bring it up to them on a very personal level. But start doing that about a week and a half in. Start kind of picking out who you're going to be talking to, if anyone. I'm sure that there'll be someone for you guys to talk to, though, in every group. And then the last thing that I have written down is just to record your own videos as you can. For the first group, Marissa and I recorded, 3 or 4 of our own videos. This time we're going to try and do a lot more, but it's whatever you have available. If we're too busy one day, we have Kelsey's videos to fall back on. You guys have our videos to fall back on. So everything's there. So don't stress about it, especially, if you're busy with your kid, if you're busy with your job. It's nothing to stress about, but record your own videos as you possibly can. Marissa's going to fill in everything that I probably missed from here.
Yeah. So again, one of the points that I want to add about the incorporating your own videos thing, like Abby said, you're welcome to use any of the videos we've given you for as long as you want to. The reason we would encourage you to start building your own library is because as you get repeat customers that want to stay with you and continue to join your challenge groups, they're going to expect more of you and less of us. So they're going to want that. So you don't have to do it all at once. You don't even have to do it all in like a couple months, but just a few videos here and there is going to help your customers want to stay with you when they see more of you in your challenge groups. The other thing that I just want to point out really quickly is I loaded a video into Bombshell Empire for you guys. It's a YouTube video from Anita Myron, who is like a psychotically good trainer, rock star coach. She's Millionaire Club status, all kinds of stuff. She has a video, it's about a half hour long, on how to run an amazing challenge group. She has a lot of tips on things like retaining your customers with Shakeology, when to specifically check in with them via private message on how they're doing with Shakeology specifically, how to sneakily plug coaching without them even knowing that's what you're doing, things like encouraging them to post on social media about their journey, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff helps them realize that coaching is just that. That's all it is living your life on social media and letting other people see a part of that. So she has amazing, amazing tips. It's a half hour. You need to be making that a priority to watch that video on how to run your challenge group. It will change your challenge group entirely. So I would recommend that. Otherwise, I think what Gabby covered is spot on.
Thanks, Chris. Okay, just to keep things moving, unless you have any objections, Marissa.
No.
Move on to the importance of trainings. This is a really short topic, but we want to really stress it to everyone. The trainings that we post are very intentional and timely. By that I mean that we're not just posting things that you're going to need to know way in the future. We're not posting things that we don't think are very important. We picked out the most important trainings to share with you, and we posted them when we think that you guys need them the most. So if we're posting them, that means you really should be watching them. Obviously, if you're doing this as a hobby or if you're taking it really slow, then that's fine. This message only applies to people that are really trying to make this a big business, make this something for them and their families, or, whatever you're doing this for, whatever your why is. If you're pushing this as a business, then this applies to you. You need to be watching every single training that we post. More than that, actually, if Kelsey in Fit and Fab is posting a training Obviously, it might not be as timely because she's posting to a lot more people, but you should schedule that as something that you're going to want to watch, because Kelsey might not be doing it at the same time that you guys are at, but it's an important training if Kelsey's posting it, because she knows what she's talking about. So if she thinks it's important, then it's important to you as well. Basically, everything that you guys are going to need to know. I know that there's a lot of questions when you first start, and a lot of them are going to be answered in the trainings that we're posting for you guys. So watch the trainings that we're posting. Like, you'll see the topic names. If it's about something that you need to know, watch the trainings before asking us a question about it, because it gets a little difficult for us to be answering everyone's questions when there are things that have already been answered in the training videos. So watch the training videos and then ask us your questions, because we're happy to help you with things that you didn't understand. But we still have full-time jobs right now. So it's hard for us to do our jobs, our Beachbody job, and your Beachbody job if you're not taking the time to watch the training, but you still want that information. You are your own CEO, so it's important that you know the information that we're providing for you. You need to know these things for yourself. Marissa and I didn't have anyone that gave us this information. Everything that we're teaching you guys, for the most part, we looked up ourselves, because Kelsey has a huge team and she trusted us to look it up. So we expect you guys to obviously use us when you need us, but to take it upon yourselves to at least try and look up the information when you can, because we did the same thing and we got the information that way perfectly. Do you want to wrap up with that, Marissa?
No, I think that really covered it. Just to reiterate the importance of that, Kelsey is less selective about what topics she is posting for her trainings because she's marketing to such a big group of leaders. We're very selective because we know what you guys need as you start out. So when we give you something, it's just really important that you guys make the time at some point in your week to watch that training. None of them are more than an hour. So you can just find 1 hour out of your week. It's really going to change your business if that's what you're looking for.
Exactly. All right. So just moving right along, success partner uses. So for the most part, everyone has a success partner. If you don't have one yet, if you're watching this and you're watching the recording and you don't have a success partner yet and you're saying that doesn't apply to me, we will work on getting you a success partner. And until you do, your direct upline is your success partner. So lean on them as necessary, but work as hard as you can to get a success partner. When that thing that's really important is that you don't need it to be someone in Bombshell Empire. It can be any Beachbody coach. I would suggest, first off, if there's not the odd end person in Bombshell Empire yet, to reach out to Team Fit and Fab. That's our upline for the most part, and or people that are directly across from us. They're related to us, if you will. They're in our genealogy. So reach out to them and just say, hey, does anyone need a success partner? Because that's a great place to start. And then after that, we can help you look into Janelle's team. Or if you have a friend that's already a Beachbody coach that doesn't have a partner, you can use any Beachbody coach, because we're all in this together. We're not in competition. We don't have to worry about anything like that. Everything that we're giving you guys is information that's accessible by any coach. So use whatever success partner that you guys can get a hold of. So with that said, success partner uses. One, they are to bounce ideas off of. Marissa and I are in constant contact saying, hey, what do you think about this? The reason that I want to bring that up is because Kelsey has a billion coaches under her right now. So we can't ask her about everything that we have questions about. Obviously, Marissa and I don't currently have a billion coaches underneath us, but it is our goal, and it's our goal soon. So we want everyone to start getting into the habit of, first off, asking your success partner and then asking us. So reach out to your success partner first and then ask us questions, because it gets everyone in the habit, because eventually our plan is to be too busy to answer every single question. And that sounds intense, but it's our plan is to be so amazing in this company that we want to stay busy. So if you can't answer the question by looking it up, if you can't answer the question by a success partner, if it's not in a training, then please ask us. We want you guys to feel that you can ask us questions, but just ask your success partner first. We want you to use your success partner to discuss possible responses. We want you to ask for help when you're busy. That's so important, because there has already been times with Marissa that I've had to ask her, like, hey, can you post this morning because I can't get to a computer? Or, anything like that. If your internet's down, if anything wrong is happening, that's what your success partner is there for. This might be the most important thing in my eyes. Your success partner is to help you you're supposed to help each other with each other's challenges. That sounds really silly.
That's awkward.
It is an awkward phrasing. So you are to help each other's challengers without any expectation for anything in return. If a challenger reaches out to you and technically they're under the other person, you are to treat that person like they are under you and not expect an income, to not try and steal anyone. You are there for one another, because that is eventually going to be repaid. I promise you that the same thing's going to happen. With Marissa and I, we have certain people that like her better and certain people that like me better. And we have teamed it up in a way that they don't really know any way other than to ask us both for things that they need. It might not even be that they like one of us better. Maybe they have a fitness question specifically or a nutrition question specifically, in which case they're going to come to different people. So just be prepared to help each other's challengers as much as your own, because you guys are in this together. Anything else with that, Marissa?
No, okay, I shouldn't say no then, because I was about to say something. Just to kind of drive home what Gabby said, I don't want it to sound harsh, like we want to be so busy that we can't help you guys. Like, that's not really the goal. We want you all to be so busy that you can't help everybody that you've signed underneath you. So we just want you to get in that habit so that you can establish that habit for all the coaches that you're going to sign, because you're going to pair them up and expect them to talk together too. Like Gabby said, we're not here to discourage you or tell you like we're not allowed for, we're not available for questions. That's totally not the case. But, some people work full time on the side, and this is like building. And then, for example, I have a crazy week this week, so I've been a little MIA. So I expect Gabby to kind of pick up that slack when somebody has a question. We want you guys all to feel that way. Like, your time is valuable. You're here to help your coaches, but you have paired them for a reason. And so you expect them to help each other first.
Definitely. And
that's pretty much it.
Building off that, which is building off mine, which is weird, but Marissa and I have never been afraid to ask Kelsey anything, and that's the same thing that we want. But we always ask each other first. We ask each other, and then if we can't get the answer, we'll immediately ask Kelsey. We're not afraid to ask her. We don't think that she's going to be upset, and she never is, and we will never be. We just make sure that because she has hundreds of coaches underneath her, that we check with each other first to make sure we can't get the answer. Another thing that I want to point out is that we have set you guys up a little bit different than other people have. Other coaches don't necessarily go out of their way to find you a success partner. We have set you guys up that way specifically because we have found that it is the easiest way to quickly succeed in this business.
It's not even the easiest way. It's critical. I would not be where I am today if I didn't have Gabby on the other half helping me along the way. I don't even think that it's just the easiest method. I think that it's critical if you want to make this a serious business to have a success partner from the get-go.
Especially if you're already working another job or already have other daily obligations where this can't be your, 100% focus immediately. So, I mean, my coach didn't give me a success partner. I was lucky that Marissa signed up. So we have gone out of our way to make sure you guys have success partners. So make sure that you use them because it's something that most people don't give you. We are giving it to you, so take advantage of that. Moving on to vital behaviors. I'm just going to list them and I'm going to let Marissa talk about them because this is where she shines. She's much better at them than I am. So the 3 vital behaviors that you are to do every single day if you want this to be a real business. You are to be a product of the product. You are to do your personal development every single day. And 3rd, you are to invite every single day. If you are not doing these daily vital behaviors and your business isn't growing, do not be surprised. If If your business isn't growing and we ask you, hey, are you doing these 3 things? And you say no, that's going to be the end of the conversation. We're going to say start there and then come back to us if that's not working. These are important. So I'll let you.
So I'm going to just kind of fly through this, but what I want to touch on with this is why these 3 vital behaviors are the vital behaviors that they are. Being a product of the product, it seems kind of obvious, but it's not to a lot of people. A lot of people think they can just sign up, not work a Beachbody program, not drink Shakeology, and have a lot of people that are signing up and just scrambling to, be a coach underneath them. And the reason that that's not successful is because they don't know what they're marketing. They don't know why Shakeology is so amazing because they don't love it themselves. They don't even drink it. They don't know why these products are so amazing. They don't use Beachbody workouts. So how in the world are they going to expect somebody to believe that these products are amazing when they're not even using them themselves? So you have to be a product of the product. Personal development is a game changer because personal development is what's going to change your mindset and change your attitude about this business. It is the only thing that will keep you going when you're hitting a lull and you feel like this business is not going to work for you. When you feel like this isn't worth it, that you're not getting the results that you want, when you feel like you're not signing coaches, people aren't interested in your stuff, personal development is the only thing that's going to flip your attitude around so that you can be what you need to get these people motivated to work with you. Invite. That one seems pretty obvious, but it really is a numbers game. Janelle Summers, who is like one of the faces of Beachbody. I don't know if you know her. She's Charlene Johnson's sister. She had just did a training where she said, they've done studies on Beachbody coaches, and the only thing that the top coaches are doing differently from the coaches that are giving up is they are inviting statistically way more people. It's a complete numbers game. If you are not getting told no daily, multiple times a day, then you're doing something wrong. Because that's the only way that you're going to get a yes. It's something like 1 out of every 10 people on average that you make a connection with will say yes to you. So if you're not inviting at least 30 to 50 people every single month to your challenge groups, you're not going to get 1 to 3 people. So it's really a lot. And I know it seems overwhelming, but those connections aren't really like, let me talk to you and invite you immediately. You have to start building those. So, shooting for 10 people a week is much more realistic than 30 people, for your next challenge group. If you just start talking to people like regular humans, as soon as if you jump the gun too quickly and you ask them, hey, how are you doing? By the way, you want to do a challenge group? How would you feel if somebody approached you that way? You would be like, no, I'm not joining a challenge group. I don't even know you. You just want something out of me. So you need to be focusing on reconnecting with them as a human, getting involved in their life and genuinely caring about them first. And that takes some time. So you need to be reaching out to a lot of people every single week to get those yeses that you're looking for.
Perfect. Well, Brianna, don't worry. We recorded everything, so don't worry about that.
Welcome.
Is there any questions? We have about 6 minutes, so let's Q&A it up right now. Go ahead, unmute yourselves. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. So you guys talked about going to our success partner first and asking them the question that we have and then coming to you guys. So we're going to work on that, me and Allie. And then are there how-to videos for post-cron and making the videos yourself for the 21-day challenge? Because I don't know how to do that. But if you tell me that it's easy and just to go figure it out, then I'm sure I can.
Post-cron is easy enough for you to just go and do it.
Okay, then I'll just figure it out.
For post-cron, Gabby and I did not YouTube. I'm sure there is a YouTube somewhere that tells you how to do it. We didn't even have to do that, though, because if you sign it. I'm sorry, was that funny?
Yeah. You said it's so silly. Go on.
Anyways, if you just go onto Postcron and you sign in with your Facebook, it'll already pop up with all the different groups and things and pages that you can post to. We literally just played around with it and crossed our fingers and hoped it worked, and it worked perfectly. So
Okay.
I don't think it's that difficult, but you probably could YouTube it. And in terms of making your own videos, what we started with is we started with Kelsey's videos, so our mentor, and we would watch them and see what kind of content she was recording about. And then we would just duplicate our own version of it. We would take some notes and maybe do a couple of takes and hope that one of them comes out okay.
I used iMovies too. If you have a MacBook, that's what I used. I know nothing about how to edit it. It's literally whatever I said, I put online. There's no
I played around with a bunch of different stuff. I used our iPad and I loaded it to YouTube, and in YouTube I trimmed off the little ends that I didn't like, and that was it.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to do all that much. You can literally just put it in YouTube and say, no, actually start here and end here. Off you go.
I learned something too. All right.
So on PostCron, you guys just like alternate posting. So like if Cindy and I were doing it and we're alternating days, I would say I'll post Monday and then she'll put in something for Tuesday. And so we have to coordinate that too, right?
Yep.
That's actually a really good thing that we didn't talk about. So really quickly, Marissa and I wrote out every single topic and then assigned topics and then assigned them in the order that they go in. So we, for each group, will then write in to each other like, hey, this is on the 5th, this is on the 7th, this is on the 9th. So I can even check like to make sure that things are in order. We can move it around if, you know, a topic comes up that we need to talk about sooner, we can move it around. You can reschedule and we can change it with, you know, within each other. But ahead of time, that's one of the things that we did way before the group started. We wrote out every single topic. We assigned which of us would be talking about each topic. And then we ordered them and then eventually dated them for each group. Go ahead, Rick.
So one thing I'd like to note on PostCron, so just like Facebook, I don't know if you've ever tried to, but you can't post multiple media sources in the same post. So you can't do like a link to a video and an attachment separately in the same exact post. But PostCron lets you do it. So like if you set up 2 entries and you said, hey, I want you to load my wording with my YouTube link at 4 a.m. in the morning, and then I want you to immediately follow at 4:01 with this picture post, it'll just link them in that order. So that's the way to get around multiple things if you have an attachment plus a video that you want to load. You just do them for like a minute apart.
For 4 a.m., for you or West Coasters, you guys are going to be doing it at about 4 a.m. This is the time that we came up with. You don't have to do the same. For Brianna and I, will be posting at 7 a.m. So we have it at 7 a.m. for the earliest challengers because it's not an exact science. I mean, we're not giving them an assignment. We're just giving them information. So it doesn't have to be the first thing that they're reading when they first wake up.
Right. You just want to be mindful of where your challengers are located. If you do have some East Coasters, then maybe if you're on the West Coast, post a few hours earlier since you get to schedule it for whatever.
We are about to get kicked off. So I'm going to let you guys know right now that I will upload this video tomorrow. If there are any questions, please write them in the chain that this link is in. So the picture that we posted for tonight, write all the questions, and Marissa and I will answer them in a video tomorrow since we both work tomorrow. Not tomorrow. We'll do it sometime this weekend. Otherwise, we would do 2 groups, but we both have to work early in the morning. So we're just ending it here tonight. So before it ends, let's all say goodnight.
Night.
Night, ladies.
Night, Brianna.